the purpose of our existence, to why we are alive, to why we constantly push against the negative afflictions of our consciousness. To the moment that I close my eyes at night, to the moment to which I wake in the morning of every single day of our lives, in order to bring to you, the viewers, the passions in which I set forth within myself, to bring to you the greatest of all, to whom I share our visions, our aspirations, our obligations, and our goals, and our duties, to what creates us, to what shapes us for who we are as human beings, into the light of what we are, within our conscience of our minds, into within our spirits, to the greatest of all things, the positive influence, that inspiration, the light that motivates, to inspire. And I've become the desperate to seeing, to witness the light, to not only being able to discover it, but as well as to manifest ourselves within it, to feel the root of it, the core, the foundation of it, and to ultimately consume it with the hourglass and the sands of time, and to be able to push forward, to progress in this journey of life, in our passions, as great as it is, for may we inspire those of you to those of you who watch our videos, and for those of you who do, we truly appreciate it. It's a magnificent, tremendous amount of the entire galaxy, the entire universe as a collective, that inspires us to continue to do what we do in the greatest of our aspirations and our passions, to bring forth the light and an inspiration for the positive, to bring it towards to you guys, to every one of you who watch our videos, to manifest that positivity, that positive light that can be found within watching our videos. So with that being said, we cannot thank you enough, and as a result, thank you so very much. This is more or less a video dedicated to speaking to myself. And I wanted to address to myself, and if I should decide to watch this video in the future, believe me, Cody, that you are the repoleps, you are the every vital signs of the light that has been endured within the bounds of the due bounds of all mankind, of our humanity, that has been found within you. And you struggle so much in your desperation to being the greatest that you could possibly ever be. And what you have to be is to be only something of yourself, to being who you are. And to have manifested this light in such a core that is beyond the perspectives of understandings. That while may some who do not understand of what we had endured, well, at least we had endured it together throughout the flames of our passion, and within a circle of life that we had brought in our deck of cards into the surface of who we are, and the surface of who you are, Cody. at the end of time, beyond death, there will be no cameras. There will be no technology. And I hereby decree to declare in the oath of solemn promise to myself that I no longer believed in the concept of a fictitious imagination or a figment of our imagination of such an existence as a circle of friendships. Friendships to me, as of tonight, until the very end of time, friendships personally to me, it's only a mere label. And that's exactly what it is. It's a label crafted in the imagination of how we are not supposed to be as human beings. We are not supposed to live out the duration of our time, of our existence, of being alive, through this mandate to declare one other human being as being such a concept as friendship. That terminology is a humanistic, modern era, technological concept for a word. It's a label. And through the eyes of God and through the eyes of our Creator, we truly are but one and the same as equals. We are each to our own individualistic human beings. And that's what we are. In the end of time, we are human beings. We are nothing else. We are nothing more. We're nothing grand or spectacular, anything above and beyond superior than anything or anyone else. With the exception of ourselves, we are human beings. And the concept of friendship to me is so very obsolete and meaningless as it is diminutive and irrelevant. I say this only because of my philosophy, to which I had realized while synchronizing deeper into the conscience of my collectives, deep within the archives of psychology, philanthropy, and philosophy. My philosophy is that we are all but one and the same as human beings. Why must we place the label upon one another as, oh, he is my friend and she is my friend? The secret is that you yourself are your own greatest friend, as well as the neighbor next door to you. A complete stranger is even considered as a friend to you. Well, that person should be considered as a brother, as a sister. And I've realized today that the concept of friendship no longer is valid, as it is null and void, and it does not exist any longer as a mental frame of my mind or my spirit, because I've been let down twice. I've been let down twice in a row, and that's never going to happen ever again. A promise and a solemn of my oath, of my allegiance, that for this to never to happen to me again, ever again. And I have risen above my obstacles. I have learned the greatest of all aspirations. I've achieved the greatest of all aspirations. I have risen above my obstacles. Have you? Have you risen above your obstacles? Have you synchronized into your mentality of your conscience, of your spirit, for what you had gained from us, from what you have learned from us, from our videos? Have you shared this positive influence in which you might have inherited and manifested from us? From watching our videos, I learned a great deal of success. And it feels as if it's a breath of fresh air. Considering that I am now considered, had I discovered the ultimate freedom. I hereby now declare, for those of you who are friends with me, you are no longer friends with me. That concept of friendship no longer exists, as it is invalid. It is null and void. I hereby declare, for those of you who are truly loyal to me, who continue to follow me inside of this journey of consciousness, and of those of you who show your support, your loyalty, your every vital existence for who you are to following Genevieve and including myself, so help me God. You are now declared as the inner circle. So this is a circle here. It's consisted of surpassing 180 degrees, 90 degrees, 45 degrees, 360 degrees of the circumference of the circle. And this circle is truly magnificent and proportionate of its size as it is complete. So this circle consists of whether if you are within it, in which I deem necessary, of those whom I truly trust, and of those of you who I have a great substantial amount of tremendous respect for and admiration for too. And while those of you who are on the outer borderline edge of the circle, well, for those of you I truly pity. Considering that you had let me down not once, but twice in the past, you no longer have my trust. You no longer have what it takes to be within the circle. You've had your chance. You've had every desires of opportunity to befriending me, to have this opportunity to get to know me as a human being. And I'm not one to being spiteful or venomous or negative or cynical, so you could completely erase that from your perspective. I am one of the most down-to-earth human beings you could possibly ever imagine to have the capability to discover, to find. I wish you all the best of luck if you could find a mirror replication of myself, which is nearly impossible, considering I am the only original copy of myself that exists in this world, and so are you. So this had to been said, and to get out into the open, to clear the air. I feel as if I have not truly been myself as of late. I've been so manifested and consumed in this oceans of darkness and blackness and the venomous of others' negative influences, in which I will no longer tolerate in Jen or my life. I will not allow it to affect our existence. So consider this as you have been knighted by the Crown Victorian of the higher command of the Royal Command and the Arch Command of Hereby myself, Cody Gremlin. And for those of you, you truly have been knighted. And I wish that you would have a great and wonderful rest of the evening for those of you who are watching this video. And if you truly are one of those whom I no longer deem necessary to have gained my trust, I could just mentally imagine my mental perspective as if this hand in my right is consisted of a ball of water. Well, I should say sand. As you turn it right side up, I shall release you with the full and willingness of my heart to carve out the venom that has infiltrated, manifested, consumed, harvested, and manipulated as my conscience, as my mental perception, as my heart, as the blood in my bones and everything that rises from within myself. I let it go. I just let it go. So, thank you for those of you who continued to stand with me. And I apologize sincerely and with regret. I shouldn't say with regret. I regret nothing that I say or do, or especially of who I am as my own individual or human being. But I apologize if it seemed as if this video in particular was, in fact, negative, which it wasn't. It was not. So, thank you to those of you who are not my friends. However, on the contrary, for those of you who continue to manifest a positive influence and to inspire me as I help to share the same visceral feeling of sharing a positive influence and the light within each of you. And for those of you who are inside of the circle of our existence. So with that being said, thank you so very much. Please take the opportunity and time to subscribe to this inspiration project. And please share our videos with others. I hope to ultimately reveal our aspirations to allow it for it to become a reality and into the light. With Jen and I, our aspiration, our vision is to ultimately reach out to the rest of the world, if possible, and to inspire as many of you as possible in the world. And thank you for all of your support, your friendships. Your support is truly astounding to me. It inspires me deeply, it truly does. And I cannot even thank you all enough because as a result, because of it. For those of you who are inside of this circle, I thank you.